I'm out here in Loveland, Colorado. We're heading to Atlas Restoration. Abby and Cody called in. If any company ever needed contractor rescue, this is it. Abby went through a divorce here in the last couple of years, split up the company, is dealing with lawsuits from suppliers. Can't get material lines of credit from suppliers due to the relationship and the departure from the ex-husband. She's on the hook for material bills for stuff that he has done in other offices. They had an outgoing general manager who took half their sales team. Been there, done that.
We applied to contractor rescue because we needed help. Atlas has been around for over 30 years, but because of a divorce and some really bad staff, I've basically whittled the company down to 2 people. We have no money and we need to restart. So we needed not only help, but big help.
Literally they're restarting from scratch. There's only one way out of this hole, and that's the creation of revenue. So we're going to go in here and focus all of our energy, all the resources contractor rescue can muster to really staff up, scale up her sales department so we can get some revenue coming to this office so we can start dealing with some of these other problems and really scaling up this company.
So we applied for contractor rescue because we were basically at a crossroads where things were either going to work out or we're going to crash and burn. So this was kind of a last-ditch effort. Was if we didn't get this help, we just didn't really know where else to go or who else to turn to.
First thing we got to do is get some hail maps and some of those Canvas app features to her new sales team so we can get them selling and acclimated in the right areas, start getting some revenue rolling in here. I'm gonna go ahead and give Derek Klein from Hail Trace a call. See if we can get a contribution here for contractor rescue.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. How about you?
You must have my number plugged in. All the calls I've been calling you lately with all these contractors.
That's right. Got to take care of our people.
Well, I got another one here. I'm out here in Loveland, Colorado. Beautiful out here.
Favorite place.
You familiar with Atlas Restoration, Abby?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
She's an Oklahoma girl, but from your backyard back in the day.
Ada, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Anyway, she's got a. You probably heard she went through a nasty divorce here. Company split up here in the last 2 years, and she's literally at a point where she's restarting from scratch. Wow. And so we're going in, contractor rescue's going in to help her and Cody literally rebuild her company from scratch. So I was wondering if you could throw in some hail trace action, help her out with some storm maps and some of that. She's gonna need some of that Canvas app technology for these 2 new sales guys so they go start finding the sleepers, in the second year storm pocket, so we get some revenue rolling into our office.
Absolutely. I think we need to fix her up with obviously map access, archive of maps and new maps that are occurring. We need to make sure that we get her the data so she can see, homeowners' names and phone numbers, and then obviously canvassing access for all of her sales reps so they can keep track of everything that they're doing. But we're definitely, we want to make sure to get her fixed up on all that, and we want to do some training too. Let us help make sure that they're out in the field and being successful with our product and our tool right off the bat.
Excellent. Well, we'll touch base with you here in the next hour or two and get you on a Zoom call with their team. All right, thanks, buddy. What's going on?
Hey, Anthony, how are you, man?
We ready to go to work?
Hey.
Absolutely.
We got some work to do here.
That's right.
All right, let's go. So this is Loveland, huh?
This is it.
Beautiful.
That's a nice area.
Lots of farms, lots of opportunities.
That's right.
Farms. So tell me the story about Atlas.
Atlas is a Loveland, Fort Colins based company. It's been around since 1985. I'm the 3rd owner of the company. I purchased it with my now ex-husband back in 2015. And we've owned it since then, and I got Atlas in the divorce. So yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Dumb question, but why'd you buy a roofing company?
We bought a roofing company because
How long of experience did you have before you bought the roofing
so
company?
before we bought the roofing company, we had been in roofing / construction for about 8 years before that.
So you had this Atlas. How long
Yeah.
did you guys run it together?
So we ran it together for 3 years.
3 years.
Uh-huh,
So
3.5 years.
2015 about 2018?
Yep,
Okay.
that's right. And
We had
then
a big storm in 2018. Big storms in Colorado.
big storms in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yes, we did not capitalize on the storms.
You missed that opportunity.
We missed the opportunity completely
Because you got a divorce.
because we were going through a
Oh,
divorce.
man, that's too
yes, we were dealing with the nightmare of that. So all of our attention was focused on that.
So
I
what'd you do
completely
from there?
agree.
What happened next?
So from there, I took over the company with basically no operating cash flow, with some staff that came with me from the two companies.
You also had a negative apple, bad apple general manager, didn't you?
Yes, my bad apple general manager was supposed to help me
And he
run.
came over from after the divorce?
Yes,
Okay.
he was with me prior to the divorce.
Gotcha.
Was on my team and was going to help me run this. He was essentially going to.
He was your savior.
He was my savior. He was going to be my business partner who could help me run day-to-day operations. He has a lot of experience, and I would have never taken on the challenge of doing this myself without someone behind me who knew how to run the day-to-day
He's
production.
probably whispering everything you wanted to hear in your ears.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Giving me the world, but we didn't have pen to paper. So when it came down to it and I took over the smaller of the companies with no cash flow, he saw
The Atlas company.
The Atlas
Got it.
company, he decided that he was going to jump ship and he started his own rival company here in Loveland.
And how many people did he take with him?
He took a few people with him.
Now, were you there during this?
Yeah, he came over. He was with us prior
You're now
to.
acting general manager
Yep.
of Atlas.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
That's right. He was with us prior to the divorce, came over to Team Atlas after the divorce. General manager only took a couple people, but turns out when we lost him and started operating with these, other people that we brought over with us, turned out that they weren't really
Sleestacks.
doing what they were
Okay.
supposed to.
So usually when you delegate a good portion of your business to a bad apple,
Yeah.
they tend to attract other bad apples. Sleestacks attract Sleestacks. They all hiss together in a cave. So I can imagine if you let the general
Yeah.
manager run the till,
Yes.
you probably had a bunch of bad apples with him. So you probably,
Turns
had,
out.
you probably had a major SleeStack problem.
Yes,
So not
absolutely.
only he took some people with him,
Yeah.
you probably had a couple SleeStacks left in the office you had to deal with.
Absolutely. Yep. So later I'd say by November
This is November last year.
November of last year, we ended up getting rid of everybody.
And then there were two.
And then there were two.
And then there were two.
Yes.
So one time you had 10, 15 people running around,
Right.
and then there were two.
That's right.
So you guys are literally building from scratch.
correct.
You spent all winter cleaning up, been there, cleaning up messes.
Absolutely.
You're now at a point where you're ready to start hiring, onboarding, training, and getting this thing rocking and rolling.
That's right. The right way.
Well, it's a good thing you got contractor rescue here.
Right.
Yeah.
We brought a Rolodex of people to help you. I got SVG products, virtual training, virtual reality, all kinds of goodies. We'll show you at the office here later. Let's talk a little about so I know how to better help you. What do you do specifically at Atlas?
Everything, anything and everything.
Like
Sales,
production, sales.
production, anything, quality control, hiring, firing.
Who's placing the ads and actually hiring? Because you need to start hiring people, salespeople.
We need to start.
You can't get revenue. You need revenue from your company.
Yeah, we do.
You get revenue from salespeople, so someone's got to be hiring and training, at least bringing the salespeople on. Who's placing the ads?
Looking at them.
Okay, what do you do?
Well,
He's doing all that. You must be doing something. You seem a little more social, fun. He seems more left brain.
Right,
I can see
right.
him running production,
Sure.
QC.
I handle
You seem
more
like
of
you
the
should
money
be-
stuff, I do the accounts
AR,
receivable and the payables, like oversee the books.
Why aren't you maybe placing ads doing the sales stuff, which is a little more administrative, letting him run the production, all that?
Well, it's, kind of tough.
Well, tell me a typical day, 9 to 5. What do you guys do? So we got to
9
know
to
to help.
5. I'm up at 6. Up at 5:30.
What time do you get to the office?
Well, I don't really come to this office day to day.
Where do you go?
She works remotely.
I work remotely.
Where?
I actually live in Texas now.
Texas.
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
you- how
I
do you-
don't live in Colorado anymore.
Okay. I'm a little confused
So,
here. So
yeah.
how do you run the company from Texas?
Well, that's what I was supposed to have the general manager for that
Wait,
left.
how often are you here in Loveland?
I try to come up once a month if I can. It's kind of expensive to fly.
Abby, how do you expect to scale this company living in Texas? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I opened up 18 offices over 13 years, and I was good. It took 9 months of me being at the brick and mortar company, training sales managers, production managers, accounts receivable managers. It's a 12 to 15 hour commitment sometimes per day to get the right team in place. There's no way you can do that remotely from Texas.
Right.
I thought you lived here and worked here.
I don't. I wish I did.
Guys, why am I out here? How am I going to help you if you're not here to help yourself?
Our doors are going to close if you're not here.
Yeah, but you got to be here. You're the owner. So let me get this straight. You're here working, busting your ass. You're the owner. They want to scale your company. You guys brought contractor rescue in, and you're here 1 day a month from Texas as the owner.
Yeah.
Do you have plans to be here more than that?
Not right now,
Do
no.
you realize the amount of resources, time, and everything I did to come in here? I brought my whole Rolodex in here. I thought you were here to want to grow your company.
I mean, you certainly do, right?
I do.
Guys,
I do want to grow my
hold on.
company.
I need to call Autumn and see what's going on here.
But we
guys,
signed up.
it's a lot of work to bring everybody in here and do that. You have to be here.
No,
For me to
but
come
we
here and
want
help-
this. I promise. We do.
For me to come in here and help you, you have to be here in your own company. I'm going to make a call to Autumn.
My name is Jack. I'm CEO of Hail 911.
Hail 911 is what's taken us to the next level.
It's not always the price of the lead, it's the quality of the lead. Because if I can close that one deal, I can get to the next deal. And that one's free.
But when you actually meet that person at the door, they feel like they've already been educated about who you are and the services that you can provide.
A lot of gated communities that can't knock doors, they have limited access to. And so Hail 911 is instrumental to getting us into those neighborhoods.
I actually live in Texas now.
Texas? How am I supposed to help you effectively scale your company when you're an absentee owner? You only spend a couple days a month at your own office. So at this point, I'm calling Autumn. I'm getting a flight home.
Look, you know why I had to move. You know why I'm there.
Well, then let's tell him.
Yeah, at the point that Anthony got up from the table, I knew that we had to come clean. We had to be completely honest and really let him know exactly what he was getting into.
Hey, what's going on?
You get why it looks like. What is it that? What is it? Just tell me, because we have to get this done. Does that have to do with the divorce? All right, no, it's fine. You don't be it. I think I get it. Let me go talk to you. All right.
How am I supposed to tell Anthony that I had to flee the state to protect my children? I can't. At this point, I'm homeless. I was left without a place to live. I was left with my 2 small children and didn't know how we were gonna make it and how I was gonna run a company by myself with no help, with my general manager who was supposed to be here to help and support me through this whole thing, just bailing on me, and then having to get rid of all my staff. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't have any help. And I can't continue to not make any money. How am I gonna support my kids? I have to make this work for my kids. That's the whole reason I'm doing this.
Here 1 day out of the month. 1 day out of the month. How are we gonna? You can't rescue someone that's not here to help themselves. You should have told me. Guys, there's tens of thousands of contractors who need help. I need to help people that are here to help themselves.
Autumn, did she tell you why? I just found out.
She told her what? What do you mean, please, dude? So she's doing the kids over there? We'll call you back. That's why she's got 2 kids in Texas? Yeah, I know that. She's afraid to come out. She said she was afraid. Anybody can help you too. Just go back and talk to her. Yeah. It's a shitty situation. That's how it's about to be. And you're gonna have to make a call now. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to put it on.
When Anthony got up, I panicked. I didn't know what was going to happen or if he was going to let us stay on the program, but I needed this. I needed to figure out a way to convince him to let us stay on.
You know, when we select a contractor rescue company, it's typically due to a personal hardship or business hardship. I had no idea the level of personal hardship that Abby was going through. Well, you didn't tell me you had kids.
Yeah,
So,
I do.
all right, well, I got a daughter, Bellamy, she's 12 years old, I get it. I didn't know you had kids.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that you lived in Texas.
I know. It's part of
Autumn
my.
said she told me, but I don't remember her telling me anything.
Yeah, it's part. You know, it's my personal story. I have 2 little kids that I'm just trying to protect them. Telling Anthony about my kids and crossing those lines of business and personal was so hard. And
All right, I get it.
I had
Look,
to go to Texas.
you have a situation going on. If you had to flee, you had to flee.
Yeah.
I grew up in a situation like that, so I get it. So here, that changes things. So I came here to work with you and build a team around you. You're the guy. Right. So I'm still going to help you guys, but you're the guy. We're going to have to, you're here 1 week out of the month.
Okay.
You're doing your accounts receivable, accounts payable from taxes. You take care of the family, but you're running a business.
Right.
So now I have to work with you. We need to build a team around you that makes sense. Starting with somebody to help you build the sales team. Because you're going to need help. First thing we got to do here is we got to build that sales department, scale it up. Without revenue, we're not going to be able to do anything, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, this changes everything. Okay, now I got to deal with him. Still going to deal with you, but you're not here.
Yeah.
I got to deal. If we're going to do this package, come in and help you guys bring in a Rolodex. We got to deal with someone that's here managing the operation of the business.
Okay.
You know,
Here,
see a partner.
No, right now he's just my manager.
Okay. I mean, if he's got that much control of your business, that's running 99% of your operations.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about a compensation package that gets him vested here to help run this business as well. You know what I mean? We got a lot of things to work on here, and we got to build a team around you, starting with building that sales department up. Somebody to help you build a sales team. You can't do it all. Right. And right now, we got to get revenue coming in. You're not here to bring it in.
Right.
So I'm going to work and put my resources, products, bring in a Rolodex around him, keep you rolling with the AR and AP.
Okay.
And we'll make it work.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you.
We'll make it work. I didn't know the full deal. I didn't even know that you didn't live in a state.
When Anthony got up and walked away, I knew it was over. It was done. We were finished. But when he came back and told me that he had a daughter and that he understood and that he was going to give us a chance, it was like I could breathe again. Like we were going to be able to keep our doors open and make this work.
So look, now we're back at the office. I'm working with both Abby and Cody. Now I realize that Cody is the key factor to scale this company, and realizing his mindset and what he's doing with production and operations in the company, he needs an immediate hire to help him scale a sales team. So let's start with, what were you paying guys before? Do you have any idea what you're going to pay people here? Let's start with sales commissions.
So used to, we would do a 50-50 split of profit with an overhead charge.
How much was your overhead?
We got it up to 15%. No one loved that, but.
Okay. I would suggest keeping it at 15% because new people don't know the difference. And if you really want to grow as a company long term, these days you should be at 15% overhead.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are running around at 10% in Colorado.
Right.
So when you get an experienced guy that comes in the door, says, "Hey, I'm really a 50 and 10 guys," then you can make an exception for an experienced person when it's fit.
Okay.
But a brand new guy coming off the street that was delivering Domino's pizza last week, they should be at 15%, absolutely 15% overhead allocation.
Perfect.
And do not start them at 50%.
Okay.
Okay, this is the biggest mistake I see contractors make across the industry. I'm like, "Hey man, is everybody at 50% or 40% when they walk in the door?" Well, yeah, it's a one paid plan fit all. That doesn't
Right.
work. So what we want to do is get guys to understand there's a range of commissions, and you move up to get to the 50%. And a new guy coming in here, he's going to see a 50%er. How do I be like him? Well, you got to sell a lot of stuff to be like him. We're going to show you how to become $1 million producer. So instead of starting them at 50, now you're going to start them at 30. Okay.
I like that.
30%, and this is in the pay plans already, spelled out under the GP play plans that you got in your program.
Yay.
Your new guys are now starting out at 30%, not 40, not 50, right? And they're going to earn their way. Now it's fast track. They're going to go to 35% within 14 days if they do X, right? Some people think that's fast. Well, it sure beats hiring guys at 40 and not making them earn it.
Yeah.
Now they have to finish all these first 9 courses, what we call phase 1, and get 100%. And I'm going to show you that report card system in a minute. And sign 5 contingency agreements, 5 deals to get to their 35.
I love that.
We were hopeful coming into this, just seeing the program and everything, that it was finally a slimmer of hope for us that, this would work out. But actually seeing the product implemented, actually, seeing the breakdown of all of this, it wasn't just hopeful at that point. It was kind of the light at the tunnel is finally here, that, this stuff will work out and we will be able to scale. And, I will have the best team in around. And that's just something we've been so excited for.
Phase 2, this is really when you say, okay, they're truly on board. 14 days, they pass this, they're going to know how to walk and talk and sign deals if they go through these first 9 courses. And the program trained them for you. Now they're happy, they're going to 35%. Wow, I'm already at 35%. But you're about to hire them at 40 anyways.
Right.
You're with me? So now they're earning their way up towards that 40 or 50%. Now they're at 35. They're going to learn all the stuff that you start learning after you sign deals. Insurance adjustments, how do I formally contract a job, using build contracts correctly.
I was so excited. I couldn't believe that he's gone through everything that I've been through and he's corrected the mistakes. We have training for all the key employees that we're going to be hiring. We have expectations, accountability. We have goggles that show you what it's like to be on a roof. It was absolutely incredible. I have an opportunity to channel my time into actually making the company work. We have a system now, we have a business in a box that's going to allow us to hire the staff that we need and not take up too much of our time so that we can work on our business and not in our business and be successful. I'm so excited.
Okay, this is generally 14 to 60 days. That's a month and a half. Because it's a lot more stuff to learn. They're going to learn stuff that took me 10 years to learn in that 45-day period. Phase 3 are more advanced stuff. Now you're talking about 40%. Okay? So within 60 days, now that new sales guy can get to 40% in 60 days. But he had to get 100% on all this, unique pass scores. And now he had to also turn in, you guys can set the protocol where you want, 100K, maybe you set it at 250K to get to the 40. So not only did he pass 100% in the report cards and all the phase 2 stuff, right? Saving you what? Lots of training time.
Yeah.
Saving you a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, I was just starting to see that, it just took a lot off my plate at this point, that I didn't have to do everything. That, there was an answer, somebody's already been here and somebody's already done this.
Now they're going to learn estimating and supplementing. How to walk, talk, and act. What does a $1 million producer do differently than everybody else? They're going to meet $1 million producers in training. I'm going to talk about what I did back in the day when I sold 3.2 million knocking residential doors. They're going to learn about commercial sales. They're going to start learning about all the low slope roofing systems, how to win online, how to write retail and residential commercial bids, so they're not turning away retail business that most sales guys turn away because they don't know how to write the bid.
Right.
They're too focused on Xactimate all the time. We believe with SVGU that the program starts at the interview itself and not just training, but someone's first experience. One of the hardest things contractors have across the country right now, and you guys are going to experience this too because you're scaling up, is attracting talent to come work for a roofing restoration company. And so to attract talent, especially managerial positions, production, accounts receivable down the road, sales processing is not easy right now. You have to have some game. And so when a person comes into your office for an interview, a salesperson, and we do these orientation buttons for every position, how they experience that interview, how cool you are, high tech, virtual reality goggles, for example, all that might be the night and day difference whether someone comes and works for you.
Look, at one time, this was a big company with multiple locations. Now they're down to 2 people, starting from scratch. So the immediate need here is to build up the sales department, hire the SCSR, and train an army of salespeople to bring some revenue into this company.
You need to replace yourself. We need a bubbly, social, right-brained office manager, probably a female, that acts as a sales coordinator recruiter.
I like it.
It's called an SCSR.
Okay.
She can also help. When I say she, a he could do it, but a she does better at this job because she's more attentive to detail. Typically.
Yeah.
She's going to be acting in a sales recruiting and coordination capacity. You guys need salespeople.
Yes.
To get salespeople, you need someone dedicated to salespeople. That's her.
Okay.
I've already figured the position out for you.
I love it.
This is her interview. This is her onboarding. This is her training.
I love it.
If you're not here,
Yeah.
he's absolutely going to need her
I agree.
in your place.
Cody's wearing too many hats. He's not the sales recruiter type. He's more of a production operations guy.
This position is going to make you money.
Okay.
Because right now you need warm bodies in here. Warm bodies are your ATM machine. The more people that you get trained doing this, hi, my name is, I need to inspect your property. We inspect, we get down, and we sign a deal, that's your ATM. Are you with me?
He's not going to have time to train all these new salespeople coming in. So here you have 2 new salespeople coming in. We're introducing them to SVGU and show them how they can access all the industry-specific training 24/7 on their own. And we're also showing Cody and Abby how they can use that same training platform to train not just those 2, but 10, 20, 30, maybe 40 sales reps if needed.
I do wear a lot of hats in this company. I do quite a few different jobs, and just the amount of time and effort that it takes to train somebody, it's hard to run a business, hard to make the sales, hard to make the money, when you're sitting here, trying to teach other people how to do that. So, I'm really excited to hire in that position first, and that's going to be the first step of scaling our company.
For the first time in I don't know how long, I felt like this was going to work.
So here you have 2 new salespeople coming in. We're introducing them to SVGU and show them how they can access all the industry-specific training 24/7 on their own. And we're also showing Cody and Abby how they can use that same training platform to train not just those 2, but 10, 20, 30, maybe 40 sales reps if needed.
But eventually, you can learn how to test it, how to get it bought, how to write the estimate, how to build it, what's the build steps, how do I supervise the crew, everything. It's pretty good.
I like the fridge. That's my favorite.
I'll let you guys each try a little bit of that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can't see you.
Now, if you time out, it's gonna make you watch the whole thing again. So you got to get it in that time. If you get one wrong, it's gonna make you go through and do the whole thing again.
Turn all the way around.
Roofing system courses follow a theme. It's how to scout them, how to sell them, how to get them bought, how to write the estimate, what are the components, how to build it. So it's pretty. And we do that for every roofing system, and almost
Crazy, right? Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. You feel like you're up on the roof. So then, yeah, you get out of it, you look all the way down, and it has a blue button that says go to home. And then you're back in that room again.
At this point in the training, when I saw the look on Abby's face, Cody's face, and the new sales guys, after we introduced the goggles, the virtual training, I could start to see that they're really seeing that this could work. I brought Derek Klein from Hail Trace into the training so the new salespeople and Cody and Abby could learn how to overlay the storm maps, extrapolate the last 5 years of storm data, and really teach their guys how to go find those sleepers in those areas off the grid where there's still damage so they can sign some deals. All right, Derek, thanks for joining us. So I'm here with Atlas. Thanks for responding to us quickly for Contractor Rescue. We got a couple new guys. Abby and Cody haven't used your program in a while. They haven't seen some of the new Canvas app features. We're in a pretty dire situation right now where we need revenue. And so we want to attack the market with a couple new sales guys here. We do have a Cedar Shake lead they can share with you. But let's make sure we show them how to use the new features, how to overlay the storm map, how to find the property owner information and see what kind of storm data hit the property. And we're going to go check this property out, hopefully sign it, and get some revenue coming to this company.
I say let's start with the address and see what we got specifically at that location. We're able to zoom through and actually see the hailstorms that have impacted that exact location, and we got one right there just within the last, not even a year old here. So we've got golf ball size hail on June 19th, 2018, and we'll just click the little download arrow, and it'll go ahead and load that particular map.
Booyah, baby!
Woohoo!
We got hail on a roof. We call that a booyah.
Right, so let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's see how close we are. We've actually got a photo not too far that we were able to find as well. There's a look at what the hail looked like that impacted that location.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
awesome. That gives me a really good idea of what actually occurred there.
So we're going to be heading out there today, Derek. So this is helpful information because what we can do now is we're a little more educated, which makes us a better sales pitch at the door. If we're able to educate that property on, look, hail hit your roof on 6/19 with 1.75 inch hail. It fell for 9 minutes. You're more likely to have damage. The more educated we are at the door, the more likely we are to sign that customer, educate that customer, and hopefully get the deal. So for the new folks watching us right now, Derek, what that means is you have a tool. This is an app on your phone where before you even go out there for a blitz, or before you even go out to your Cedar Shake lead, we can actually pull up the 5 or 6 or 10 homeowners around that by name, by phone number. We could actually have a gal in the office or a marketing person start emailing them a screenshot of the hail and say, hey, we're going to be in the area today on Brian's house or so-and-so's house. Would you be interested in a free inspection? So while we're on our way out there, we could actually start marketing to neighbors, setting up inspections before we even get there. Take out the whole neighborhood and sign them all. That's how we create fast revenue.
We'll help you guys create these pins in your software that fit, the pattern and what you guys are going to be looking for. These are just a few samples of what I've actually generated myself. But, let's say that we left a flyer. Like, we could just drop that pin so we know for sure that we've been there. They weren't home, but we did leave a flyer.
Not interested, brand new roof, blah, blah, blah. You can start tagging these properties to know when you go back for a blitz so you don't go back to the same house. Already contracted, already bought.
That's super cool.
Hey, Abby, after you guys are done kind of with all the training and stuff that you're doing with Anthony, just give us a shout here at the office, and we'll do a full-blown training that's not kind of this short version. Make sure that your account is set up and you guys are ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your prompt services for Contractor Rescue, buddy.
Hey, absolutely, anytime.
See you soon.
All right, take care.
While we were there, a Cedar Shake lead actually came into the office. We used Derek Klein's new hail map feature and found out that, in fact, 1.75 inch hail did hit that property within the last year. Only one problem: they had no cedar experience.
We got this cedar job, which we were so excited about, but we've never done cedar before, so we weren't really sure how this was going to work. But then Anthony came in, and he's a cedar expert, and so we get to go on the roof with him and have him walk us through what this looks like to walk through the process with an adjuster, find damage, and it was a godsend. Now we have the opportunity to do a $50,000 or $60,000 roof that we didn't have a day before because we didn't know what we were doing.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
Not a bad cedar shake lead.
Yeah, not bad, right?
Derek's hill map showed this 1.75 inch.
Yeah, the cedar roof was definitely new for us. We don't do too many of them. It's obviously a high dollar roof, and just not a whole lot of people obviously have cedar on the roof.
How many of you guys actually inspected or built?
Only a couple.
Only a couple?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you just happen, you'd be in luck because cedar is my specialty.
Right.
Oh, good.
So nice first lead in the neighborhood.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
And we got a 1.75 inch hill report. Derek Klein showed in the maps today. You see the splatter mark? You know, typically you're going to see the actual size of that hail is usually double the size of the mark that it makes. So that's golf ball size, that's 1.75, you can see that.
Right.
A lot of high volume hail. We got some missing loose shakes. So typically we want to start with the soft metals.
Oh, yeah.
We don't really need to chalk this. It's pretty beat up, as you guys can see. That's what the adjuster is going to look for, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
First comes out. Let's take a look at some of these skylight frames, and we'll do a couple square tests on a cedar. It's definitely 20 plus years old. You see those indentations there?
Oh, yeah.
It's also hitting a casement. See the casement there? Dang, so that's going to be that's potentially full. That's this new skylights. Those are deep hits in the cladding.
Yeah, I see that all right here.
Now you're meeting State Farm out here, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, it's a 20-year-old cedar shake roof, but guess what else it is? It's heavies.
Heavies.
Pull your tape measure out. Let me show you something. Look, I was excited. 1.75 inch hail on a potentially 20-year-old cedar shake roof. That's a slam dunk. But when we got out there, I found it was heavy wood shake. That's 3/4 inch to 1 inch on the butt end. Those are hard to split.
Okay.
These aren't mediums. If these are mediums, that golf ball size hail would show a lot more impact marks and splits.
Splits all the way through.
Let's just measure a couple of those butt ends of the shakes. What are you seeing?
It's 3/4 there. That's about 5/8.
It's almost 1 inch.
Almost an inch.
These are heavies.
Yeah.
And a State Farm adjuster, most of them know their shit. Look, I put on thousands of cedar shake roofs all across the country. I know what it's like to meet a State Farm adjuster out. I know what they're looking for. I was getting a little nervous watching Cody do this inspection because I wasn't going to be there when that State Farm adjuster came out. He was going to be on his own, and they really needed this revenue. That's a $60,000 roof.
Right.
So I'm going to act like I'm the State Farm adjuster because I already know what you're dealing with when they come out here.
Okay.
Let's show me some hail.
So you're already going to tell me there's no damage up here?
No? Show me the damage.
When you're dealing with something like this that's completely new, and you kind of have to put yourself out there a little bit to make those mistakes to be able to learn from those, and that's kind of what I had to do out there, is just point out what I thought was damage, and then fortunately I had to be corrected on that.
You can see there's still some color in there.
Okay, well, let me show you something.
A little bit of color there.
That's weathered. You see how that split comes up like a Y?
Okay.
It starts down here in the bottom, comes up like a Y. That can only happen over time because it's a water channel.
Okay.
It's a natural water channel, that's why it's a Y.
Okay.
That didn't happen last year.
Okay.
Yes, there's impact marks over here, but an adjuster that's trained on cedar or somebody that really knows cedar, cedar splits naturally over time.
Sure.
And the splits are a problem when you create a water channel. When there's a water channel on top of a split on top of a water channel, then you have more of a natural water channel, and it degrades the water shedding ability of the roof much greater, which is why it's a problem if there's a lot of splits. But State Farm ain't gonna play for what it splits, they're gonna play for hail splits.
Sure.
Okay, so like this is a hail split. See those impact marks?
Right.
See how I lift that up?
Yeah, you get a lot more color in that.
Now it's not bright pink, why? Or bright orange? Why isn't it?
Probably a year old.
It's a year old, it's June 19th last year.
Right.
It's gonna be a little grayed out.
Right.
But guess what? It comes together, see how it comes together? Looks like a knife.
Sure.
Knife hit it. That impact mark probably caused that split. The age of that split, that's about a year old. It's not gonna be bright orange anymore.
Sure.
That's a legitimate hail split.
Okay.
If Cody doesn't listen to me right now and comprehend what I'm saying, that State Farm adjuster is gonna eat him for breakfast.
Okay. So you're getting some age in that one then.
That's not a hail split. I just told you that.
Okay.
Dude, look at it, comes up like a Y. If you want, look, I'm not gonna be here on Tuesday.
Right.
You're gonna meet a State Farm adjuster.
Right.
Probably been on thousands of cedar shake roofs. If you start counting stuff like that as a split, he's gonna laugh you off the roof, he's not gonna buy it. Look, these insurance companies are tough on cedar shake roofs. Sometimes they ask to see 15 to 20 splits per square. We're only finding 5 to 7. Now I know how to apply the non-repairability factors to hit the number, and I know how to talk cedar, but I wasn't gonna be at this adjustment. I was really worried for Cody.
All right, Cody, well, show me some more. We got a couple hail splits, but I'm not seeing enough here to get this approved for full roof replacement.
All right, I'm gonna call these splits right here. You got impact here. Let's see here, we got impact here. I'm gonna call these splits.
All right, you're done.
No?
You're done. You're not listening to what I'm saying. This is not a hail split. Look, she's not gonna be here on Tuesday, right?
Right.
She's gonna be back in Texas.
Right.
You're running this outfit on your own. You guys need revenue.
Right.
So not only do you gotta find sales guys to grow this company, but when you meet an adjuster on a property, this is potentially a $50,000, $60,000 roof.
Right.
Okay, if you say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, and that adjuster doesn't respect your opinion because you're calling that hail damage, he's not gonna buy this roof. Now you're gonna go to 6 months of appraisal and all kinds of weird stuff to try to get this approved, where if you come out here like a professional and call stuff what it is, and don't call that crap, that's not a hail split. I just told you that. That's been there for years, right? Comes together like a Y. Acknowledge that with each other. Say that you know that's not a hail split, and then start calling the stuff that is what it is, and they'll respect your opinion versus coming out here like a goofball.
Yeah, I could tell that, Abby was getting a little nervous out there.
Oh my gosh, when we were on the roof with Anthony and he was acting like the adjuster and Cody was put on the spot and told to find damage and kept making mistakes, I was kind of wondering, am I making the right decision here, stepping back and letting him take over more responsibility? Is this a good decision?
You're gonna have about 5, 10, 15 minutes to make an impression with him.
Sure.
You either know what you're talking about with cedar or you don't. If you know what you're talking about, you might get this roof approved with State Farm. This could be the $60,000 job you guys need in revenue to help get some life back into your sales.
At the end of the day, I'm just happy that Anthony was there and he was able to teach me, and once again, it's something I'll be able to take away and apply it into the future.
So Cody, it's definitely worth filing a claim.
Okay.
It's got some hail splits. It's State Farm. It's on a fence post.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, what about this one?
Definitely not. That's an animal. That's probably a raccoon, maybe a woodpecker, who knows, but that is not a hail hit. And by the way, that's pretty fresh. That probably happened here in the last month or two. Or maybe some kind of debris hit the house, but that's not a year old. That'd be a little more grayed out. Let's go ahead and chalk that valley. Now, that's a rusty old valley. You may or may not see some dings in it because of all that rust. Let's hope you do.
We got some.
There you go.
We got some.
Bingo.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Now, the reason we want to chalk that valley is we got hail impact marks, and it's like steel valleys, right?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, you don't have to count them. It's totaled out. That's going to give us 3 feet to properly redo those values. We get 3 feet to the other side of the valleys. Unfortunately, we only got about 20, 25, 30 linear feet here, but still 3 feet to either side with our non-repairability factor, with our number of splits, might teeter this over into full replacement. You need every tool in your arsenal on this inspection to get State Farm to approve this roof.
Look, a heavy cedar shake roof, a State Farm adjuster, 1.75 inch hail, that's gonna be a challenge even for someone experienced like me. I really hope Cody learned what I showed him today and applies it when that adjuster comes out.
Come on, Cody. You can do this. I know you can.
So I pulled Abby aside, we went for a drive, and I want to really break it down for her that she's gonna have to get Cody mentally and emotionally involved with the business on another level. That's not just a salary check. Okay, so she's gonna have to put an override program together where he feels a little big, a little love on closed and collected jobs and net profit, net margin, what she needs to survive as a business.
We got to make him feel like he's part of the pie, part of the partnership, part of the equation.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you make him an equity partner. Equity partners can sometimes run into problems just like getting married.
Okay.
You're in love with somebody, everything's going great, you get married,
Yep.
everything goes to shit. Right?
All right.
That happened to you one day?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Marriage is a division of assets, and so is a partnership. So we don't
Yep.
have to always say, hey man, and a lot of people do this. I did it in the past too. Let's partner up, let's create equity together. You just created a litigious situation for the future.
Okay.
There's ways to make him feel like a partner without making him an equity partner right away. Let's see if we can hit that forest fire button. So in our, in our general manager pay plans, you get a nominal salary, $52,000. You don't need to pay a general manager $100,000. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You need to pay him a nominal salary of some kind, and then incentivate him with an override on the financial objectives that you want for your company. When you align the financial objectives of your company with the pay plan and compensation of the managers running your company will grow exponentially. Right now he feels like he's a partner, he's sharing in the profit of that job, but you haven't created an equity future potential litigation partner. Because once you say equity, you got lawsuits down the road when you disagree on stuff, okay?
Okay.
I would start them out at a 10% net profit override. That's after sales commissions on a final cap.
Okay.
That's after overhead allocation, labor, material, you paid the salesman.
Yep.
And let's say there's $1,000 left over on the bottom.
Yep.
He's getting $100.
Okay.
Okay? Now what I would do is put a performance standard in that general pay plan, meaning, look, we're at 0 right now.
Right.
If you take this company to 5 million, we're gonna move that 10% to 15 or 20. A top GM in this industry, I'm talking about top GM where the owner does not have to be in that office.
Yep.
And I've had those guys, and I love those offices when I didn't have to be there.
That sounds great.
I paid them 20% net. That's on a net profit after sales commissions.
Oh, wow.
That's when I did not have to step a foot in the office. We hope that pay plan is what motivates him with positive and negative reinforcement to grow this company.
I like it. Let's do it.
Sold. We call that a booyah, baby.
I felt so good about the decision I'd made because of SVGU. I know that we have the systems and controls in place now that I can feel good. It was a victory.
Yeah, Anthony's a lot smarter than he looks. I'm not gonna lie. He came in and he's just such a wealth of knowledge, and it's been unbelievable working with him. Like I said, you can't fake it till you make it in this industry. You really have to know, and having somebody that can teach you and show you the way, somebody that's been there and done that, is incredibly valuable to us.
Thank you, Contractor Rescue.
Look, this is a tough situation. No, this is the worst situation I ever ran into. You have an absentee owner who lives in another state who's only at her own office 2 days out of the month, and we're down to one guy, the general manager, Cody. They're gonna need a lot of help. I think I'm gonna have to come back to this one.
Handing Cody the sign was like passing the torch. I felt so good about the decision I'd made because of SVGU.
It really kind of just solidified everything and really brought our partnership to the next level.
Watching Cody stab that sign in the ground was like a little FU to everyone who didn't think that I could do this. Thank you, Contractor Rescue.